Hey, what is up, investors? Jason here. So in this video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite stocks to invest into, and that is NIO, the Chinese electric vehicle company. Now, NIO just released their second quarter 2021 financial results, and they did beat expectations. So that's a great thing there. Now, NIO is a stock that I've been actually invested into from day one of their IPO, and I've stuck with this company, stuck with this stock since their stock had gone down all the way below $2 a share. I was still very bullish on it back then and still very bullish on it today. A lot of great things have really happened with NIO, but there are some things that do have investors cautious of it. Now, I want to get to their second quarter financial results as well as just talk about my whole bullish ideas with NIO and talk about where my opinions are with this stock, and also go into what the analysts are saying about it and where my projections of NIO are. So this video is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. This is all just my own opinion. But as we do get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or gently press that like button. Helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting. And subscribe if you have not already. And if you're interested in being a Patreon, helping support this channel even more, and talk to me on the Discord, I have one, link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. I'm not going to get too technical with this video because I've noticed you guys don't like very technical videos from looking at the analytics. So NIO is a stock that has a lot of volatility. Now, we've seen NIO go for prices just here in 2021 that was above $66. $66.99 was actually the highest that NIO stock has ever been. Now, just over a very short period of time, by February, that stock had started to really nosedive down. And by May of 2021, we have seen NIO drop down to a price that was around $30 a share. So the stock had lost a lot of its value over just a few months. And then by July of 2021, we had seen NIO stock go up above $55 a share. So the stock has made some pretty aggressive moves up or down just from kind of like a month to month. Now, here in August, we're seeing NIO stock trade for around $40 a share. But that's a lot comparing where NIO was not that long ago, where NIO was back in 2020. Back in 2020, NIO was a penny stock for a good amount of the year. Even if we were to go back and look at where NIO was in 2019, where NIO was trading for prices that were below $2 a share. So this was even during the time that I was buying this stock. I started buying NIO back in 2018. I was very aggressive with it, very bullish of it, even at that time. And if you guys have followed my videos, you've known that I've talked about this stock, during all these dates, even when this was a stock that was under $2 a share. I really liked buying it still at that time, and I saw that there was a great future ahead for it. And luckily, my call on that one was right, but there is a lot of people that have started buying the stock as a lot of hype had come into it. Not a whole lot of people really paid attention to what was going on or to the performance of this stock. They really just saw it as one that had a lot of aggressive growth, and that was kind of where they could expect it going in the future. Not a lot of people that have been newer in the investing game really expect stocks to go down. A lot of people think that you buy a stock and it's got nowhere to go but up, and sadly that's not the truth. They're very volatile, and especially playing with something that is in this industry but also that is a Chinese company. But still, I think that there's a lot to really come from the stock here in the future. Now, NIO just reported their second quarter results, and they were estimating that the earnings were going to be a loss of 9 cents per share. But it was actually better than that. They actually had reported a loss of 7 cents per share. So they're getting closer and closer to being a profitable company. And this was a pretty big surprise. It was a surprise by a little bit over 30%. So that's great when a company can achieve something like that. So let's look over at NIO's growth here. So their deliveries of vehicles were 21,896 vehicles in the second quarter of 2021, including 4,433 ES8s, 9,935 ES6s, and 7,528 EC6s, representing an increase of 111.9% from the second quarter of 2020 and an increase of 9.2% from the first quarter of 2021. So they're showing very nice, steady growth within this company, and you can see how that has really accelerated a lot from where they were back in previous quarters. So let's take a look over at the revenues, which the vehicle sales made up a large majority of it. The vehicle sales made up $1.225 billion, where their total revenues were $1.3 $3 billion in the second quarter of 2021, which represented an increase of 127.2% from the second quarter of 2020 and an increase of 5.8% from the first quarter of 2021. So it's great to know that they're growing that much in revenues. But a very impressive thing here too is their margins to really be looking at. Now, their vehicle margins were 20.3% compared with 9.7% in the second quarter of 2020. So the more vehicles they're making, the better the margins are, of course, becoming. Now, NIO also reported cash on the balance sheet of $7.5 billion as of June 30th of 2021. And the really big thing here is that we need to be looking at is the business outlook. The big thing here is that for the third quarter of 2021, they're expecting deliveries of vehicles to be between 23,000 and 25,000 vehicles. Comparing that to where they were at here in the second quarter of 2021, that's an increase of between 5% to 14.2% from the second quarter. And that could get them much closer to finally being a profitable company. There's a lot of things that NIO has to really offer, and they have another vehicle coming out to be looking forward to in 2022 with their ET7, their more sporty sedan vehicle that's going to be a very good competitor to Tesla's Model S, in my opinion. And that's going to give Tesla also a really good run for the money there in China. And when we look at these other companies like Xpeng and Li Auto, they're doing really well, and that's also helping out with the popularity of NIO, who is very much ahead of the game in comparison to a lot of these other companies that are out there. Many companies are going to have to start making this switch into making EV vehicles, and that's kind of where NIO has that good upper hand there in China, and especially as they're expanding their business out into Europe and starting to do that whole European expansion. Things are going to be looking very bright for this company. Now, there is that chip shortage, which is affecting NIO's growth at this moment, but NIO is still expecting to overcome that. That is just like a temporary problem, and it's affecting everybody in general. When we look at where NIO could possibly be going with the fact that they have a factory right now in the works, a good expansion on their factory, that is going to allow them to be able to produce upwards around 240,000 vehicles a year. So when we look at their future growth in this company, they're looking at doubling the amount of cells that they're going to have here in the not too distant future. So adding another vehicle to their lineup, and who knows where things are going to be going from there. So that's what I really like about NIO. This is still very much a new company, and the growth of this company is very accelerated. They've really gone a long way. They're a company that is putting up over $1 billion in revenue in a quarter now, and that's great to see. And there's many other EV companies out there that have zero revenue, and they've been publicly traded for over a year now, and we don't know when there's ever going to be a vehicle ever coming out with them. Now, looking at the stock forecast here of NIO stock, out of 20 analysts offering a 12-month price forecast for NIO, they have a median price target of around $61. They have a high target estimate of around $92 and a low of around $17. Now, my personal opinion, I think that NIO could beat this high here. I think that NIO could easily go to $100 a share. And I think for a median, NIO could easily go to about $70 a share if I was to put my own forecast in here based off of these next 12 months. What I really think, though, is that we're going to see a lot of accelerated growth with NIO coming from their upcoming earnings for the third quarter. If they are going to hit those numbers that they're saying they're going to do, and they could be a profitable company as long as they have those good margins there on their vehicle sales, I think that we could see NIO, their stock, really break out from there if that is the case. Now, if that happens, because they obviously did beat the expectations for the second quarter, which isn't reflected on this analyst forecast, I think that we could even be seeing these analysts also change their forecast of the stock. And as we get closer to that ET7 vehicle release, I think we're going to really see the stock price go up even more. Right now, things are a bit difficult there in China, and a lot of that has to do with the way that these Chinese companies are IPOing here in the United States. And like, say, when Didi had their recent IPO, that created a big issue, created a lot of fear in the entire market with Chinese companies. So I think as long as all that drama kind of settles down a bit, I think that would really help out a lot of the concerns that people have with NIO, and NIO can really start going forward from there. So anyways, that's my bullish thoughts about NIO. I think that there's still a lot more to come, and we'll have to wait and see what does happen. But if we look at that growth and we compare where they were, not that long ago to where they are now, just over these last, like, say, year, pretty much, NIO has shown really nice accelerated growth in their company, and I think that we have so much more to come from them. Really looking forward to it. So anyways, with that being said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.